So, we finally come to this, huh? I'm finally listing one of the most cliché lists that a lister can list. Yes, I know that hot girls in video games is one of the most popular list-making subjects, and it seems like everyone and their father has made a list about this in some form or another. Game Trailers did one, Screw Attack did one, Yu-Gi-Oh did one, you get the point. I recognize this, and I didn't want this list to just be another Chun-Li, Kasumi, Tifa, Claire, Alexis, Cammy, Cortana, Joanna, Lara Croft type list. That's when I realized that somehow women of various Nintendo games were consistently missing from most of these lists. So naturally I thought, hey, how about I just limit my list to Nintendo's girls? That might prove to be a bit more challenging. After all, Nintendo doesn't usually display their girls in any kind of a sexually provocative light, what with the whole family-friendly motto and whatnot. So, here we are, and here we go. Ah, the goddess Palutena, the damsel in distress of my favorite NES game, Kid Icarus. You pretty much don't see Palutena until the very end of the game, unless you looked in the instruction manual. When first seen, Palutena is of course just a collection of 8-bit pixels, but even in her primitive 1980s form, you can tell that she has excellent potential for hotness, what with her slim 7-pixel waist size, 3x3 pixel breast size, that beautiful green hair, and those gorgeous black eyes. Oh yeah, I knew that if she was ever to be reincarnated in the modern era, she would be hot. And then it happened. Palutena made her 3D debut on the Nintendo Wii game Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and boy what a knockout she ended up being. After seeing her appear in Super Smash Brawl, I think we can all see why Pit was so intent on rescuing her. Midna! No, not her imp form. There we go. Through most of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Midna follows you through the game in the form of a strange little imp-like creature. Somewhere during the course of the game, we learn that Midna was once the princess of the Twilight Realm, but had been banished during a hostile takeover of her kingdom, and turned into the creature you see before you. Now, of course I knew that at some point we'd get to see Midna's true form, but based on what the rest of her people looked like, I wasn't expecting much, and I sure as hell wasn't expecting this. Part of the fun of Midna's appearance is your initial reaction when you finally see her in her true form at the end of the game, but even standalone, she's pretty damn hot for a blue chick. She's got it all, pretty face, creative hairdo, that exposed navel thing that drives men crazy, and look, she's even showing some leg. Not only that, but I love the ambitious and flirtatious attitude that she displays throughout the game. Midna is definitely one of the most fascinating Nintendo characters ever conceived, and is certainly one of the hottest.
You can reduce space. Hot for horse?
Indeed you are, Midna. Indeed you are. I, like probably many Americans, had never even heard of Fire Emblem until Marth and Roy made appearances in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Of course, the appearance of these two characters prompted many of us to go surf the web and find out just who the hell they were. It was during that search that I came across the beautiful Lyn. This girl immediately struck me as the type who would just as easily put a sword up your ass as she would a kiss on your lips. Having never played Fire Emblem, I have no idea what Lyn is like as a character, but her looks have always captured my attention. There's definitely a slightly innocent look to her, and yet her attire and the air of her appearance establishes her as a warrior. Now I think the male ego helps give Lyn most of her appeal. Men, being hunters and warriors by nature, tend to become more attracted to strong, independent females who still retain a certain innocence in their overall appearance. Lyn's looks, combined with her skills and confident attitude, end up projecting her as a woman whom a man would feel compelled to protect. At the same time, she could also make for an excellent companion who would not burden a man with naivete or lack of maturity. Or, in layman's terms, warrior chicks are hot. Now, from the start you probably figured that Princess Zelda was going to be on this list, as did I. However, upon adding her, I realized that there were more options to choose from. Zelda has managed to change her appearance over a half-dozen times throughout the span of her video game career. She literally changes her facade for every new game she appears in. So, what do I go with? Do I go with the original brown-haired Zelda from the NES? Do I choose beautiful maiden Zelda? Do I risk a visit from Chris Hansen and take 12-year-old Zelda? Blonde grown-up Zelda? Chibi Zelda? Which one? Well, after much consideration, I decided to go with the brown-haired Twilight Princess Zelda. It's not just because she has the nicest graphics, but because I think her overall appearance was greatly improved in Twilight Princess. Her face is dignified, yet still innocent and beautiful. Her wardrobe was much improved while still retaining its original structure. Also, I think she just looks better as a brunette. Plus, she's never afraid to step up and do what needs to be done to put evil in the dirt, which is a lot more than I can say for some princesses. Overall, Zelda is just gorgeous, from her piercing blue eyes to her pointed ears. Let me ask you something. From the moment you read the title of this top 5, was there ever, even for 1 microsecond, any doubt in your mind that the number 1 pick would be Samus Aran? I didn't think so. I hate to be so cliche, but it's not even close. This girl has been teasing us with her body since her first game. That's decades worth of strip teasing. Then she makes a jump to 3D and damn, a skin-tight jumpsuit that shows off every perfect curve of her body to its fullest detail. Shit, the only way that she could tease us anymore is if she stripped down to her bra and panties and let her hair down. So, what makes Samus Aran so amazingly desirable? Aside from her smoking hot body, come-hither stare, beautiful blue eyes, smooth blonde locks, and full round lips? Well, how about the fact that she's a kick-ass bounty hunter? She definitely has a lot of the same qualities that Lyn has in that she's both beautiful and dangerous. However, I'd say that she looks more warrior-like rather than innocent, a look that perfectly suits the role that she plays in her series of games. So, whether you saw it coming or not, I'm going with the obvious choice on this one and picking Samus Aran as the number 1 hottest woman of any Nintendo franchise. That's all, folks! Greetings everyone, this is Stardew70 speaking. I wanted to quickly touch on something here concerning the video you just watched and my random top 5 series in general. You might recall a while ago that I announced on my channel that I'd not be making any more random top 5s. Well, in recent weeks I've received a surprising amount of PMs and comments and the like requesting that I bring back the series. I'd usually just explain that I don't have enough time anymore, which I don't, but the requests keep coming. So I decided to make a deal between myself and my viewers. If I'm going to continue making these, I need it to be a little more worth my while than just 300 some views per episode. Now, I work for peanuts as it is, and I'm not expecting 100,000 or even 10,000 plus views, but if this video received just 1,000 views within the first 2 weeks or so of its release, I'll revive the series and continue to make them as regularly as I can. Otherwise, it's just back to me making random top 5s whenever the hell I feel like it, which would probably be like one every 6 months or something. So, there you have it. I don't usually like putting pressure on my viewers or anything like that, but this just takes too much time and too much effort for 200 to 300 views per video. So, pass this around, tell your friends, help me rack up the views, and you'll see more in the future. Thanks for all your support thus far, and I'll see ya.